let's talk about John Varvatos, the beginnings, about the humble beginnings of John Varvatos. When did it launch?
We started in fall 2000, so 15 years ago we started on the runway in New York, and you know, we were lucky enough to start as a full lifestyle collection from head to toe, and been able to grow nicely over the last 15 years and continue to grow around the globe today, so it's exciting.
Wonderful, wonderful. You branch out into this rock and roll vibe, and you're really like the maestro of an American menswear designer right now. Can you talk about your new venue here in Milan? You're showing in Milan, fall 2015. Can you talk about the new space, the new venue, and talk about the collection, what we're going to look at?
Yeah, we found this underground space that really is just a raw space, that we created a world that you're going to feel like you're in Central Park. It smells like Central Park, the leaves are in Central Park, the trees are in Central Park, and it's Poets Walk in Central Park in New York, and I live across the street from it, and I'm always inspired looking at that and running in that in the morning and that type of thing. So I wanted to bring some of New York here, and Bob Dylan in 1965 was shot there by Richard Avedon, and that's one of the most inspiring pictures that I ever saw, because I own that picture and I look at it all the time, and I think about how that he looks like he's timeless. He could be 2015, 22, 22. He just, every year it looks fresh to me. And there's not a lot of pictures from the 60s that look fresh.
Right.
They look cool, but they don't necessarily look fresh.
Can you talk about the clothing collection, what we're about to see here, and what it's based around Bob Dylan? Do you feel this is relevant with your demographic?
Yeah.
And who is the John Varvatos demographic, and what does the collection entail?
Well, it's very relevant because we don't do anything literal. It's a sprinkle of that. And basically, if you look at that picture of Richard Avedon, you'll see a very sleek Bob Dylan in like a trench coat, single-breasted trench coat with skinny jeans and black boots, pointed boots, and he looks like 2015. It doesn't look like one of those faces of Bob Dylan with cake makeup or anything like that. So it's a very elegant face. So what it really tells us is that, in a little sprinkle, is that there's a way to, I'm calling the show A Dandy in New York. Mm-hmm. So it's loosely inspired by Bob Dylan in Central Park, but it's also how the British have always had an influence on us in the tailoring aspect of the world, and how we mix it with rock and roll in the US. So we put our own edge on it. We've kept it very elegant. I call it casual elegance. It's not so uptight formal, although we're doing shirts and ties and tuxedos and things in the show, but we put our own spin on it. And our guy is a guy who loves great style. He's not into logos. He's into simple things with great details. He's into the fit. He's into kind of creating his own style too. He's not interested in wanting to wear the uniform the way the ad was. He wants to put it together and create his own personality. And I think that reflects back on confidence as well. And I think he's definitely a guy, whether he's 25 or 55, he's a guy who thinks about the special things in life and the special things in the world and all the little details. It's in, like they say, God is in the details. He thinks about the texture of like he loves his electronics of his car and this, but he also loves the texture of the clothes and the finishing on the leather and the way the boots are done and all those little things. And those are the things he tells me all the time when I meet him.